Hello, and welcome to Containment Breach. Not at all in any way, shape, or form 3-minute meets. Uh, so much so that this is part two of Matt Battaglia because we just started talking comics, and when you get to Italians who are passionate together about stuff, it just keeps going. I'm
They don't
Christian
shut up.
DeMatteo, co-founder of Fugitive Poems Comics. We are talking today with Matt Battaglia, who's an incredible artist and working on one of the stories in our anthology, Containment Breach Volume 2, Myth Reborn. And we are going to talk now about what he's doing in that anthology, which somehow in 2 hours of the previous thing we didn't get to. So, Matt, tell me what you're doing for Containment Breach.
So I'm working on Catalyst with Nick. I'm gonna butcher his last name. I'm gonna feel bad. Punamale.
Yeah,
You got it
I
close.
believe so. I haven't met with him yet.
Okay. So our book, our short is basically we're taking the Salem witch trials, and there's a bounty hunter kind of story going on, mixed with the sort of industrial revolution. So I
Can
think
I
it's
can
going to
I
be pretty
interrupt you for
exciting.
1 second?
Yes.
That prompt came
Uh-huh.
from Ryan Burke,
Ah,
the gentleman who wrote Coronary,
sweet.
which is how I first found out about Ryan. This is a beautiful, beautiful book, and a great story. And Ryan submitted 2 prompts, and I was so taken with that concept that when I shuffled it around and you guys got it, I was pretty psyched. Yeah, the concept is that his prompt was the Salem witch trials leading to the Industrial Revolution, if memory
Hmm.
serves.
Yeah.
So that's a hell of a prompt to get under the larger theme of Myth Reborn. So how did you guys approach this?
Uh, we kicked around a couple ideas, and I can't remember what the losing ideas were, but generally, I think we ended up blending 3 of them together. But I wanted to. I don't remember. I basically I wanted to do something that was a little bit sort of intimate, and so that was something that we talked about. Like I didn't want it to do something that was too grand because I just like smaller stories. Like I find myself more, for a couple reasons. Drawing wise, I know I can do it, and the other reason is I feel like with the limited page count, I just feel like focusing in on a limited cast and sort of a small set of circumstances. It means that you can at least devote your pages to you know establishing the conflict and making it actually reach a nice conclusion without making it feel too thin. And so I think Nick did a great job with the script, and like the way that it paces itself out, it works out really well. And I think it's an exciting story, and I think that we dealt with the theme nicely, and I think it's fun to draw, and he's given me the things that I asked for to draw, which is always nice.
Nick is a terrific writer. I was so impressed with the scripts that he sent me and the work that he sent me. And I've said this on several of these videos. One of the greatest pleasures of this anthology is part one, Containment Breach Volume 1, which is available on Comixology, um, happened kind of, it just happened. It came as a result of a Twitter conversation, joking around. And we asked a couple of people that we were talking to if they wanted to get involved, and they did. And it was just such a satisfying experience. This time we opened it up to the world. And James and I, one of the greatest pleasures we've had at Fugitive Poems ended up being putting writers and artists together. We really wanted to both complement and challenge sensibilities to get some really original work. There's not one of these stories that you could have pulled out of a drawer.
Yeah.
They're written for the overall theme and with a prompt you never expected to get. And they're 2 people that have not worked together before. That was one of our stipulations. And you and Nicholas watching what you're coming up with is so cool.
He
And
also he didn't realize that he did this, but I'm a huge, like, I love the old Final Fantasy games. And his description for the three sort of the witch characters in the book, I was like, oh, they're just like the Final Fantasy. Well, I played it on the SNES, so for me it was Final Fantasy 2, but it's Final Fantasy 4. They've got a boss where it's you fight three sisters. I said I am totally homage, doing a homage to that boss character in this comic, because
It's great.
anytime you offer up that sort of link, and he didn't even realize that he'd done it, and he'd never played the game. I was like, that's immediately where my brain went, and so I have to do it.
Who is it? Douglas Adams or Terry Pratchett who talks about there being a limited number of ideas in the universe, and they
Uh,
just keep recycling. Well,
yeah.
Terry Pratchett has that whole thing about ideas falling like rain, and
Uh,
chances are that the cure for cancer hit a frog. It's just,
Possible.
but there
I
really is nothing new under the sun. I'm a young my school of thought for literature is Jungian archetypes, Joseph Campbell,
mhm.
all this idea of these Claude Levi Strauss's myth and meaning changed my understanding of myself. What a book that is, and it talks about how we keep getting these same ways of telling stories and these same points and themes that they even show up in the music of an opera, in the notes
Mhm.
itself. That myth and meaning is an incredible book, and that is what explains a moment like I never played that game, but holy cow, here are these characters, and then you recognize it and you tie it together again. Um,
Yeah.
Matt, this I gotta tell everyone. Wait till you see this story. Wait till you see what they've done with it. It is
He
fantastic.
I've got a couple fun like storytelling things that I'm gonna mess with the art. I'm gonna do some spot colors, which I think is gonna be fun. And yeah, I mean I got a little sidetracked with Ghosts finishing that up, but this is going to be a nice fun palate cleanser. That's what.
Excellent. Well, I'm so glad. Let me ask you this: my
Yeah.
kids are starting to play the drum part, the drum
Uh-huh.
selection on the Casio. So I have a feeling that the my wife's ability to keep the three of them is maybe ebbing because they,
I,
they
I
they may be overflowing. Uh, my
I
kids are
understand.
9, 4.5, and 2.5.
Rough ass.
Pardon me. So I have a couple of fun questions I've been asking people, but
Okay.
based on our conversation about our ethnicity, I have to ask this one.
Sure.
Forgetting what time of day it is, whatever the taboos are of what time
Uh-huh.
of day you're supposed to do what, if you could have any meal appear before you right now, and as much of it and many courses as you want, and
Mhm.
drink, what would
Mhm.
they be?
I have forced this tradition onto my family, not to everybody's pleasure, and I like making a porchetta at at Christmas or any time really. We still have one in our freezer because I made it for New Year's, like a log of it. Porchetta is the ultimate dish of all time.
Can you say
It's
what it is for people who might not know?
oh it's a pork loin wrapped in a pork belly with a ton of like garlic and fennel and all sorts of stuff. I go to the Italian market, I do the thing, I go, roam around, grab a bunch of stuff, but it's the best. Or anything with guanciale. That's Oh man,
Ah,
the alla gricia with the guanciale and it's like if you t it's like if you take cacio pepe but just add a guanciale to it, and it's just amazing. It's the best pasta.
okay. So it's like 9 o'clock here, and I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna be cooking in 3 minutes because of you. That all sounds amazing. What are you drinking with that?
I'm a big if I'm doing wine, I'm Chianti. If I'm doing bourbon, I plug them because I love their bourbon. And if you're in Pennsylvania or Virginia, you can get it from them. But Silverback Distillery's bourbon is outstanding. I love it.
I don't know it. I'm right now hooked on Tennessee whiskey called Joe Got a Gun, which if you
Oh,
can get that, holy cow, is that good? So you said, was it called Silver?
Silverback.
Oh, it's Grilla. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. They have a location in PA and they have one in Virginia, and
okay.
so the PA one can ship in PA, and I do think they do some distribution, but if you find it, it's worth drinking.
All right. I love Chianti. I'm a big Montepulciano guy. I
Okay.
love a nice Montepulciano. I mean, ultimately, the only thing I don't really drink is Merlot because I'm a snob.
Yeah, yeah, well, and we all saw Sideways, and it ruined Merlot for everybody.
100%.
I don't even know that I actually dislike Merlot, but I watched that movie, and after that, I said, "Nah, not doing Merlots anymore. Done with that."
Exactly right. Exactly right. Matt, holy cow, was this fun talking to you.
Right.
I thank you so much for being involved in this project, which is I am in love with what's happening here. I'm so proud to be a part of it, to have made this a thing that people like you could get involved with.
Yeah,
Uh,
thank you
thank
for
you.
having me. It's reinvigorating, like talking with people and making comics with people who are excited about comics.
Absolutely. Matt, give me your Twitter handles, Instagram, your phone
Uh,
number on the bathroom wall, whatever you want.
I'm Matt J Bat on all platforms, so it's pretty
Say that again.
simple. Matt J Bat, Mattj as in Joseph, Batt,
Got it.
and that's my Instagram, that's my Twitter, that's my website.
MattJBat.com.
Yep,
Okay.
that works. Yeah, there's another Matt Battaglia, but he's an actor,
Okay.
so he has the mattbattaglia.com. I had to use my little middle name in order to claim those
Well, we have a Mike Flanagan on this project who is not the horror movie director.
URLs.
So, but I'm not telling anyone that. No. Uh, um, we go to dauntlessstories.com to pre-order Ghost of the
That's
Carousel.
correct. Yeah,
Let's say this.
dauntlessstories.com, pre-order goes to the Carousel. I'd very much appreciate it.
Do it.
It's
And I don't know exactly when this video is going to drop, but they
mhm.
can go there and order it when it's ready, right?
Yeah, I mean, order. If you order it after the pre-order window's done, you're just going to get the book and not have to wait.
Yeah, right.
So it really doesn't matter if you pre-order it, great, and if you don't pre-order it but you buy it when it's out, also great. Anytime you buy it,
Just
great.
buy it. Matt, this has
uh,
been a pleasure. Thank you so
thank
much.
you. It's been great talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Containment Breach Volume 2 is going to be incredible. It's going to be triple the size of Volume 1. It's going to have triple the number of stories in it, and incredible contributors. Kit Fall, the Kickstarter will launch. Click on the button at the end of this, which hopefully I've figured out how to put on the end of a YouTube video by the time this comes out.
I can
To
help you with that if you need help
Okay,
with
I'm gonna need that to go to
it.
the Kickstarter pre-launch page. Get your name in there. We'll let you know as soon as it's available. Fugitivepoems.com. We got free comics up there. River Distributary, Shelter in Flames, and a lot of stuff about what's going on. You're going to see James's incredible work. James Lyons, my creative partner, co-founder of Fugitive Poems. You can find me at CDMETC on Twitter, at Fugitive Poems on Twitter, at Fugitive Poems on Instagram, and reach out, subscribe on fugitivepoems.com. Guys, you're going to want Containment Breach Volume 2. We are Fugitive Poems, and we make comics.